Today we celebrated the anniversary of the Mittel Rebbe's release from prison. We know the Alter Rebbe was in prison. A lot of the Rebbeim were in prison or house arrest at one point or another. But the Alter Rebbe's imprisonment was very severe. It was very severe offense that he was put in prison for. Mittel Rebbe was arrested. It wasn't. He was kept under more relatively easier conditions. They took into consideration the fact that he was not so well, and so on and so forth. And he was released. Now the question is, the Rebbe asks that we celebrate Yudtas Kisleiv in 9 days from today, in 8 days from today, we're going to be celebrating Yudtas Kisleiv. The Alter Rebbe was arrested, his life was in danger, he was arrested twice. Why was he arrested? Because he started revealing Chassidus, and whatever happens down here, whatever the government and non-government does down here, doesn't happen on its own. It happens because there's something happening in the worlds above, right? That's what we believe as Jewish people. So the fact that there was some type of libel that was made, that he's trying to rebel against the Tsar and all that, which is the reason why physically it seemed he was put into prison, was just a play of a spiritual libel that was being labeled against Alter Rebbe in the spiritual court.
The liberal Jews
that it was revealing Chassidus, nothing to do with liberal Jews. It had to do with the fact
but wanted to misnag ratting them out.
But there was a spiritual accusation. Didn't come from the misnagim. Spiritual accusation that's from above, that the generation is not ready.
But who set it off below first?
Okay, but again, Jewish people, we believe that whatever happens below starts from above. So the main thing we have to fix is above, not below.
But I thought we have free choice. They had free choice.
Okay, all questions will be later. This is... all questions we can discuss later.
Okay.
Anyway.
But it could have happened another way.
So the Mittel Rebbe, the Alter Rebbe already was arrested once and twice, and the reason why he was liberated was because in heaven he was decreed that now is the time to spread Chassidus. He has a green light to do it, and that's why physically, that was the reason why physically in the physical world as well, the government, the Senate, whoever it was, vindicated the Alter Rebbe. They said he's free to go. And then the Alter Rebbe, the Mittel Rebbe again sits in prison. What's going on? Why is he again put in prison? Obviously there's a spiritual reason. Yeah, they made a whole thing that he was taking a lot of money. He wanted to start whatever. There's a similar accusation like the Alter Rebbe. But what was the spiritual thing that was going on? So the simple explanation the Rebbe gives is that Mittel Rebbe went a step beyond the Alter Rebbe. The Alter Rebbe revealed Chassidus is true. The Alter Rebbe revealed Chassidus in a certain, was more Masuder, everything was an organized way. The Mittel Rebbe revealed Chassidus without limitation. He would speak Chassidus for hours on end. He would reveal the deepest levels and expound upon them more and more. So in heaven, there was an accusation. They said, yes, we agreed already to reveal Chassidus, but we might be trespassing, going beyond the red line. Everything is being revealed without any limitation. So Mittel Rebbe was again put into prison because it was again a spiritual accusation leveled against him, and he won it. So the lesson is that the point is twofold. Many lessons we learn out from over. One lesson is that everything is open, right? The Rebbe says at this point the world is ready for Mashiach. Previous generations, they went through different events, troubles. The Rebbe had to sit in prison to reveal Chassidus. Now the Rebbe says the world, the Rebbeim already, we already won. Now from now on, through the avodah of the generations, previous generations, we were granted the promise that if the Jew dedicates himself to spread Yiddishkeit and to learn Chassidus and spread Yiddishkeit, he'll be able to overcome the obstacles. There's still maybe some remnants of opposition here and there, but at the end we will overcome them. That was accomplished through the generations before us. So right now our job is to cash in on all of what the Rebbeim gave. They sat in prison and self-sacrifice they already carried out for us. We have to now cash in on that.
You're saying even though there was a real part of the Shalom there, not forever,
compared to the level, all questions is later.
No, I'm saying it could be an arrest again.
Because it's another level.
You're saying it's another
In
level.
other words, it's a new thing.
So it was a real Kisleiv b'Shalom.
It was
at
a real
that level.
Kisleiv b'Shalom at that level, right? Another thing is, it's important to understand that in life, the way things work, things are not always rosy. It says, wherever the pasuk goes, it means that in the beginning things will be very tight, or things will be rough and tough, but at the end things will grow big. And it says, what's the difference between tzaddikim, people that try to do the right thing in this world, and people that, take the easy route out. They just do whatever they want. It says by tzaddikim, the earlier years of their life, they go through suffering. It's hard to overcome obstacles, and there's people that are laughing at them, whatever it is. So by tzaddikim, they're first, when they start off in life, things are rough and tough. Eventually, as time goes on, they're able to break through the blockages and things get better. Wicked people, on the other hand, it's the other way around. In the beginning, everything goes good. It's easy to do things that have no reason or rhyme, no justice, no peace. Things go very easy. But then the repercussions start, either in this world or the next world, whichever one. But in the beginning, it's easy. So a person could say, which way should I choose? So the answer is, you got to be a good investor. A good investment means you look at what's going to be the eventual result, not what's the easiest thing to do now.
Like civil wars, in other words.
Like civil war, okay? I believe a Mashiach will come. There won't be war. Mashiach will come to make peace. So they said they once.
But you need war to make peace, right?
No. There were once two people that were speaking, and they said, let's make a organization of a bunch of people together. All Jewish people should come together regarding certain topics. So one Torah leader, he said, you're trying to make World War III? Trying to usher in World War III. When they said this to the Rebbe said you're trying to usher in the days of Mashiach. You understand?
Yeah.
It all depends on the approach. The Rebbe said you should live with Mashiach. Live in Mashiach means you're not focusing on war, you're focusing on bringing Mashiach.
But that's not being Mashiach. It's going to be.
Mashiach won't come.
Right now we see all the evil coming
Mashiach
out in true colors. It's not being hidden
so
anymore.
what are you doing
it's
about
like it's in your face.
So Mashiach is not Mashiach, it says, Beruach Sfas.
But there is world peace.
Listen, it says, Beruach Sfas of Yom Yisrael. It says Mashiach will kill a wicked person. How? He won't take a gun and shoot him. It says with the breath of his lips, he'll be so godly, so true, so real, that wicked people will lose themselves. The wickedness will get lost. That's how Mashiach will rule the world. That's what it says. It doesn't say he'll take a gun and shoot. There's no pasuk that says the Mashiach will take a gun and shoot.
Let me ask you something.
It says,
in the Torah, does it not teach us to prepare for war?
Can we hold for until the end? So I want to get.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, so getting back.
Watch it after. I don't know.
Yeah. So the point is that the motive of Yutas Kisleiv is Pada v'Shalom Nashi. My soul is redeemed in peace, which means that our mission is to reveal godliness within the world. When you reveal godliness in the world, you don't have to fight, you don't have to shoot, you don't have to kill. When your mission is to spread light, a little bit of light chases away a lot of darkness. When your mission is, the Mitzvah Rebbe, the Alter Rebbe was in prison, so it says he had a big chassid. His name was Michal Apotzker. Michal Apotzker was a very holy Jew. The Alter Rebbe said he doesn't want him to come to Petersburg. Why? So he was afraid that Michal Apotzker knew a few Kabbalistic secrets, and if he wanted to, he could have said Jumbo, and the whole prison will go up in flames. Alter Rebbe would be able to go out. In the sense, Alter Rebbe said he doesn't want it. Alter Rebbe says the mission of Chassidus is not to smash the world. The mission of Chassidus is to bring godliness within the natural orders. The Alter Rebbe sat, and it was very hurt. It was terrible, it was terrible yisurim, terrible afflictions he went through. But the reason why he did it, because the only way you could win over the world is by doing things within the world order. So by stealing and looting and rioting, it's not going to change anything. Mashiach is going to change the world because he will reveal the godliness in the world. That's how you change the world. That's how you have a lasting effect. That's what Chassidus is. And what does he say? Pada v'Shalom Nashi, my soul is redeemed in peace. What means in peace? There's no war. It doesn't say I was victorious in war. It's not the motive of Yutas Kisleiv that we were victorious in war. No. The motive of Yutas Kisleiv is that my soul is redeemed in peace. I don't have to fight because there's no enemy. I realize that the world itself at its core is godliness, and my job is to reveal it. Once I reveal that, then mission accomplished. Then there's peace. You understand? So that is the motive of Yutas Kisleiv. The same thing a person's own soul. A person could take his animal soul and says, I'm going to get rough and tough with you, I'll starve you to death. I won't eat, they won't sleep. Chassidus says no. Chassidus says you have to serve Hashem with your body. How? If you give into your body could take you on a slippery slope. You have to be careful. But if you internalize the message of Chassidus, even when you eat and when you drink and all that, you're doing it to serve the Eibishter, and you reveal the innermost levels of your connection to Hashem, you're able to reveal your animal soul itself will be transformed. So that's what Chassidus demands. Chassidus doesn't say take your animal. In generations before Chassidus, they would fight their animal soul. That was the motive. Chassidus also speaks a lot about war, but the ultimate motive is not to fight. We're not here to fight. We're here to transform. There's a story with the Shalom of Belz. He was the first Belzer Rebbe. He was needed once in operation, and was a certain so-called assimilated Jew that was supposed to be operating on him. But before he operated on him, he wanted to, I forget exactly how the story starts, he wanted that whoever's operating on him should be a little bit, someone that has a little bit of faith, you understand. So he asked him, do you believe that Mashiach will be able to force all the Jewish people, compel all the Jewish people to keep the Torah mitzvahs? He says, I'll be honest, I find it very hard to believe. One person could, Shlomo Belz gave him a look. The guy started to tremble. He says, yeah, now I believe. He didn't take a gun and put it to his head. But a tzaddik has the power, by the force of godliness, to transform the world. That's how Mashiach will change the world. Mashiach will change the world by revealing godliness in the world. Not by shooting war leads to war. War doesn't lead to peace. That's the rule of history. Peace leads to peace. It says when you're in a fight, the Gemara says people are in a fight. And one guy says, you're a thief. The way you dissolve the fight is not by answering back, no, you're the thief, I'll punch you in the face. That's just going to make the fight get worse. The Gemara says whoever keeps his mouth shut in the time of someone tells him something, the world stands in such a person. You know that? Someone tells you something, you have every right in the world, or we think at least we do, to answer back and to say that says you keep your mouth shut, the world stands, and the whole existence of the world is in the merit of such a person. Right? So why? Because that's you don't transform the world by showing that you could fight back.
Do you line up like the 6 million did and just walk into a gas chamber?
We're not dealing here now with a gas chamber era. We're dealing here, what is our mission in life? Our mission in life is that you would go and spread Shabbat mitzvahs b'nei Noach. Don't speak to them about this. Of course. That's what the mission should be. Part of the mission. No. That's the mission. If that is the mission you believe in and you speak to a guy, he sees you're not talking about this, that. He said you believe in something which is more true and more real than Biden and Trump put together, which doesn't take much anyway. So then the guy will start having respect for you when he sees that you're getting caught up into politics. He looks at you. Okay, this is
not talking politics. Even when you do this, what about the people?
Speak to a guy, go out and spread.
Did the Baal Shem Tov eradicate all the demons?
I don't know, but I know what the Rebbe told us is to go and speak about Shemesh. No, but the Rebbe didn't tell us to go and fight the demons.
No, of course.
The Rebbe told us to go and spread the. Go and start. That should be your goal.
You do that, of course.
No. That should be the goal. You're going to win over the guy's heart if you speak to him about he sees that you have something more true, and it's able to secure the country and able to secure the world. Something which is more true. What if they're drag queen Antifa?
That's the answer. Believe in these holy things.
So
how do you stop?
You're not going to force him to believe by pulling out a gun. Believe you me. Let's
Depending
continue.
on the situation.
Let's continue. So getting back to the parsha, holding here. Yaakov also, he went out to war. Who was he in war with? Laban. For 20 years, he was the most shrewdest, slyest person in town. He knew, he was the master.
He was family.
He was family that might have made things worse.
Things you won't do to family.
You can never know. It depends on
the situation.
So a good sly, you should know that the biggest, I hate to say this, but statistically it's known that the people that hurt other people the most
is your loved ones.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So anyway, so Laban wanted to kill Yaakov and his family. The Eibusher told him, no, you got to stop, right? And Hashem came to him in a dream. Laban was out. But at any rate, so Yaakov was also in a war with Laban. What gave him with Yaakov, when Laban tricked him, and sometimes he had to play the game.
But he loved Laban.
At the end of the day, Yaakov never turned into a crook himself.
Yeah, but he left him broke.
He left him broke. He didn't leave Laban broke.
Left him broke.
No. What are you talking about? Laban was very rich.
No.
Yaakov became very
Didn't-
rich
didn't-
also on love and
Yaakov
didn't
became
like
Didn't
it.
they say you
Ultimately
took
rich.
all my money? They took
Yeah,
all
he
my
took
money.
all-
Yeah,
money.
because he
He's
saw how
just
much
a broke.
money Yaakov made, so he says he was envious of it. Lavan tells Yaakov that Abel should bless you because of me. Lavan got very rich. He saw Yaakov was able to play
Because he did honest
that he was
business.
able to play the
Yeah,
stock market even
True
better.
bracha
And
from
became rich.
Hashem. It was mamash aneh.
But anyway, but that's the point. The point is Yaakov. When he went out into the world, what was his first thing he did? He went into the local gun shop and he bought a gun.
Yes.
He was almost killed by Eliphaz. He had a stick. That's all he had. He crossed the Jordan with a stick. What did he have? He went to the
Sticks
Temple
are the best
Mount.
weapons.
He went to the Temple Mount and he
Damar.
prayed.
Damar.
He'd have a maidev. He davened. He prayed. He learned Torah for 14 years. That was first of all.
We go pray and learn and
You pray before you shoot. Anyway, so.
train.
You pray when he shoots.
He went for 14
You
years.
pray when you're about
He
to
went
shoot.
for 14 years.
Pray I don't kill him, but I wound him enough for him.
Never,
Yeah,
never
yeah.
ever
Play
kill
hard.
somebody. Never.
And he learned Torah, and then he went and he davened.
My
Because he
experience
knew-
was 5 minutes.
He knew when you go
And they
out into
revived
the
him.
world, what you need is, he needed the protection of angels, not the protection
My
of,
first case.
of a semi-automatic weapon. He needed the protection of the Eibishter. And in order to have the protection of the Eibishter is when you connect to the Eibishter, when you daven, when you learn. That's how love
How do you
and
connect to the Bar Mitzvah? He lame today for the first
Oh wow, Mazel Tov.
time. Bar Mitzvah. It was on Sunday.
You give a bracha.
Was or
He
is?
just turned 13.
Anyway,
Lane
so-
today for
Sunday.
how you connect Vayetze to the Bar Mitzvah.
Vayetze.
So anyway, so
Lady.
Yaakov, so that's the Nakuda. So Yaakov also, what does he do? How does he protect his head? Now he protects his head. How does he protect
He
himself?
puts
What
rocks.
does he- He puts rocks.
Yeah.
But he didn't take mines. Maybe mines would have been better.
They didn't have it.
They didn't have one. Just said.
And
Yeah, fire,
and it
fire.
says the rocks were like a
If Yaakov
pillow.
was boring, why should we?
Huh?
If he was boring, why should we? Yeah,
He was born. He was your father. He was the father of the Jewish people.